Hello, this is Lauren, and we're live in Slovenia at the Overjam 2015. With us today, we have Mellow from Italy, and today's interview is going to be done by myself and Brian. So I'm handing over to Brian. There we go.
Well, my name is Brian Sanope, and for African Life, we are right on the Action Spot 2015 Reggae Overjam. It's so interesting, and we have here Mellow. This is a unique group. The first time I'm talking to 20 music. Huh. Well, introduce yourself, Mellow. Probably the individual names will be really good. So we start from the right.
Okay. My name is Filippo.
Giulio.
I'm Jacob. I'm Lorenzo.
I'm Tony.
Okay. So as a group, you guys are based in Italy, and having come from the press conference, there was a question that I actually wanted to raise. In terms of your international diversity, right? You guys have traveled the Western world, you've been to the Caribbean. My question that I was dying to actually ask was, when are you going to visit Africa?
Well, actually, our producer, Paolo Baldini, went to Africa because his wife is from Senegal. But when Mellow go reach Africa, whenever they call us, yeah.
Well, Giulio wants to add something.
Yeah, whenever we have the chance. Yeah, that's really interesting. Also because of the music scene, and I'm very curious and would really love to see what is going on. And I would like to go there and feel the energy. Yeah.
Okay, so apart from Africa, I wonder where else you guys have been, because already Mellow is making international impressions, is getting universal. So, well, apart from Africa, I wonder where else you're interested in seeing.
Well, we would like to go, to visit all the planet. Now we're looking for, I think, United States, because we've never been there, Canada. We are really looking for Japan, Asia. We've never been there. But, well, Africa still, of course. There are some parts of Italy where we never performed.
Sure.
Sure. So we should go there first, and then think about Africa and Asia and. But well, any country.
All right.
And then going back to the beginning of Mellow, how did this group actually formulate? How did it come together? Because here we have twins.
You mean me and this guy?
Yes.
No, No, he. Oh, okay. Well, we started just like a bunch of friends at school.
Yeah.
Well, not really at school. After school, and everything was just very natural back then, and it still is. We have usually like it's every time it's like this. People come and people go, and it's just like how it just go that way, and it's nothing you can do about it. And we have a new entry here, Tony, new drummist, and it was just like that. We started playing in our little village,
Yes.
and then things started to grow, and here we are now. Yeah, it was a very funny journey.
But it seems to be a very, I'd say, diverse and very favorable journey for you guys.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Well, I have a very interesting question, yeah? I am of African origin, and reggae as it is, some say it's of African origin or maybe black origin, so we say Jamaica. Now, the item coming from Europe, Italy to be specific, and doing reggae music. I know, there have always been friction, there have always been arguments, but I want to know from the item point of view, how have you been accepted in the reggae scene, and how has been this journey? Your brother said it's funny, but tell us a bit.
Well, how we've been accepted. Actually, for example, in Italy, our public, the fans, they don't come straight from reggae.
Okay.
Yeah, we have, maybe because we work with an independent label which is called Tempesta. They are it is a rock indie. label, not a reggae thing. Like we are the only reggae thing where they promote. So the people were follow us in Italy. They are not really from the reggae massive. Also from the reggae massive. So I don't really know how we got accepted in the reggae scene. I mean, maybe just playing in festivals. I don't know actually, but I know how we've been accepted in Jamaica, for example. But I don't know how we've been accepted in the reggae scene in Europe.
Maybe tell us about that.
Well, in Jamaica,
Where they are very critical.
yeah, they are. No, actually, the first time we went to Jamaica, it was me, my twin, and Forelock, who's a singer from Sardinia. We just went there and met some people. We had some, virtual friends from Jamaica. We've been to Kingston 6 actually, and record some stuff with Little Reggae and Micah Shimaya, a lot of artists with them. But this year we went for a project which is called Dub Files at Song Embassy, Kingston 6 Papin. This project, I can explain this project like this. We went there with a mobile studio with our producer Paolo Baldini. Then build up a sound system in the yard, and we just invite all the artists where they want to take part in it to perform like a live session. And I think that's how we got accepted there, because I mean, I don't know if this is the first time, but maybe it is. I don't know. That some, I mean, white people, European reggae musicians, we go to Jamaica and do something just for the people from the ghetto. I mean, we never go there and look for links like Tough Gonga and big artists. We just wanted to do something with the ghetto people, and that's how. I mean, we are in a good relation with them. So that's how it worked in Jamaica. But I don't know about Europe. I don't know how we got accepted in Europe in the reggae scene. Actually, naturally, I don't know.
Okay. And in terms of your travels, you guys have been traveling and doing tours around Europe, and then you said that you'd actually like to move to the US as well, where you do shows there. What do you think the feedback would be in Africa, being that in Africa it's very different in terms of reggae? I'd say
You have to tell us. What do you think?
I think it would be you guys would actually have a very big impact on the reggae scene, being something different, something very fresh for Africans, because naturally reggae is seen as being black. But being European artists, it would be a completely different dimension. So what would your feel be as to taking on a challenge, or not necessarily a challenge, but just going to Africa and having a performance or doing a show there?
Well, I don't know. This is my personal opinion. Once you do Jamaica, you can do everything.
Okay.
So Africa, I'm not afraid about Africa. I mean, I'm very confident.
Remember, Africa's not a country; it's a continent.
Yeah. Sorry. I mean, yeah. A continent, of course. So you have a lot of diversities there, but yeah, I don't. Well. What? Yeah, when you do Jamaica, you can do everything.
Well, and also you see that many of the young artists hailing from Jamaica are now also having tours in Africa, and I think that they are paving the way for new international acts to go there. I don't know why, but it's harder for European bands to move outside Europe, probably because we have a big market already here, and at the same time, when you think about all of the reggae foundation, you think about Jamaican music, and also like Black African musicians, also in reggae. So it's probably harder for us to get links somehow, but I am really confident that it will happen soon, especially because of the social media. Which are very empowering the reggae audience all over the place. And for example, I am a fan of the dub sound system scene in Europe. And recently, also in Italy, we had Kebra Ethiopia coming from South Africa. And it was very a pleasure to see that he was performing with his bag of vinyls playing in Italy, and I really hope that this can bring new like movement or circulation of ideas and reggae acts and so on. I'm really hopeful. Yeah, yeah, and I'm really curious too. Yeah.
Well, nice one, and thank you. That brings or reminds me of my next question. Actually, Mellow Mood. You guys are unique. I must accept that because you guys have the uniqueness. You're twins doing music, and then you have, as a group, you're very connected. And I see the dynamics of your group, and it's really functioning. I guess it is one of the secrets to your success. I must say that. And well, my question is that with all the qualities I've mentioned, I guess you guys have a really strong influence on your fans. Do you realize that you have a very positive and strong influence on your fans? And if you do, what message are you bringing to the fans? Because reggae is itself evolving, and now we are at the point where, especially from the Jamaican source, they are saying it's reggae revolution or reggae revolution, you know, something like that. And I know you guys have very strong impact on your fans. So what is the simple message that you're carrying across that is drawing more fans? Because I'm equally a serious fan now. Mellow Mood.
Well, personally, sometimes I recognize that we have that impact. Sometimes I don't. But no. It's because of me. I mean, we are a simple person. Like we don't like like I like to talk to people simply. Like I don't feel like we are superstars or something or someone very important, because each and everyone is very important. Like drops in the oceans. So. But well, personally, the message I like to bring is that when you want to, everybody want to change something. Like everybody don't really like, or they like, but everybody's complaining. So everybody want to change the world. But if you want to change something outside of you, you need to focus on your inner part. If you want to change something outside in the world, you have to change something of you, because we are like a mirror. So if you want to change society, you need to change the same part in your inner side, where represents society. If you want to change, if you want to see love, you should love yourself before, but before you love someone and you love yourself, you should accept yourself. So before talking about love and peace and love, which is very simple to talk about, like everybody can say, peace and love. Anyway, you need to talk about, you need to accept yourself, which is a very, very, very tough challenge, and you need to accept other people, which is very difficult. Not impossible, but very difficult. So this is my personal message. I don't know about the others. Yeah, that's true. I mean, in my opinion, I will be very careful about what I'm saying now. In Italy, in Europe, you have a certain kind of music that somehow, in my opinion, tends to drag you down in a certain way. And reggae music is definitely not that kind of music, right? It's uplifting. Okay? We are people that, I hope so, that think with our own minds. And so also in the way that we do reggae music, and in the way that we stay close to the Jamaican culture, we still think with our own minds. And I think this is a rule that also our fans should marry, because at least you don't need to follow the masses. You need, like, also in Jamaican culture, and at least reggae culture, so to say, has certain rules or certain, I don't know. You don't necessarily need to follow them if you're not into that. Okay, you can always find your road, your path, and you go straight on. And people will appreciate that. But yeah, definitely, like, the message is to live positive. Because, yeah, in my opinion, a certain kind of music here is very, try to drag you down and keeps, like, it just holds you down. And that's not the kind of music I would listen to. Reggae music is just the opposite. It's uplifting. You gotta feel happy.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
So my question is, what will we be expecting from Mellow Mood in future and this evening?
Julio, tell them.
Well, we released our latest album in April, and so we will be busy on tour until the end of September with open air festivals all over Europe. And then during the fall and winter, we are going to have club shows in Europe and some overseas, I hope. Um, but we are not planning any Mellow Mood release in the future. But we are, I mean, not yet. We have new music coming, but we don't know any dates. But we are working on the documentary which Jacob mentioned, which is about our experience in Jamaica last February, and so that's going to come over the next year. We are releasing singles of the performances of the singers we met in Jamaica, and we are dropping two next week during our conference at the Reggae University at Rotterdam Sunsplash in Spain, and we have lots of music from those artists on our rhythms, and we are very proud and glad that we have plenty of material coming, and we will promote it. So yeah, basically that's our plan so far.
Yeah, before you actually leave the microphone, I want you to still tell us, so far, it's been busy work and so much work on the road, but how many albums, how many singles? What is some of the achievements, the uniqueness of Mellow Mood? Tell us.
Oh, well, we have four full-length albums so far. Our latest is actually a couple of twin albums, because having twins around us all the time, we are fascinated by the idea of duality. So after our second album, we had a huge bunch of ideas and demos and songs, and we wanted to make a double album, but we decided to split the two records and make first one release and then the second part of it, with twin songs in between, shared songs with shared ideas and shared sounds. So we have Inna Jamaica as the first single of the Twins album, and then we have Inna Jamaica Part 2 as the first single of the To the World album, and we have plenty of connections between the two records. And we also have plenty of singles and lots of collaborations in our discography, which is pretty, how can I say?
A long one.
A long one, yeah. Even though we are a young band, but those two guys look alike, think alike, and produce a lot of music.
Wow. This is so interesting, guys looking alike, thinking alike, and, doing everything alike. That's what we want to represent the unification. Actually, Mellow Mood, kindly tell us your contact, because the producers out there, like you say, Africa, the different continents, we also serve as a connection to open the eyes or to link to the producers and the promoters and stuff like that. So this is why we as African Life, we are here everywhere. And so we bring in the action live to, the rest of the viewers. And so we know the promoters out there will love to link up, but give us basically your contact, connection, and,
Well, our Facebook is called Mellow Mood Official. Then our email is info@mellowmoodmusic.com. All our
I'm the guy taking care of the public relations. No, our website is mellowmoodmusic.com, and we have, of course, an info at email related to that website, and we are very active on all social media, because that's good to keep a good relation with our fan base and our audience. And anyone who wants to link up, just write. We don't promise a very immediate answer, but we try to reply to each and every email and message that we get, because we appreciate how the people are loving our music and are sharing their they are sharing our music, and this is something which makes us very, very proud and happy, and so we like to share love back. Yeah.
Well, I must say, as a fan, I also enjoy how you guys are sharing your personal experience in terms of music, in terms of education, because I just also, actually gathered from the press conference that you have a documentary, beginning from Jamaica. This is historical and educational, if not inspirational. But, Lauren, you want to ask anything before they drop the a cappella?
Yes, before we actually close out, I'm going to hit you guys with a bit of a tongue twister, South African tongue twister, since we didn't open up with African Life Zulu language lesson. I've got a word that I'd like you to help me out with. I'm able to say it, but can you conquer it? The word means conquer, and it's ngobile.
What? I mean, the first sound is
Ngobile, which means conquer. Can you conquer this word? In African, this is a Zulu word. Ngobile. No practicing.
Ngobile.
Almost.
We're almost.
I want to do some.
Mobile. Is it?
Yeah. Close.
Mobile.
Nice.
Gombile.
Once again.
Gombile.
Let me try. Mobile.
I think we'll deem you a king for now.
You might try Ngobile.
Wow. You actually got it correct.
Ngobile.
You're a Zulu man. You're a Zulu man. You're a Zulu prince. I'll deem you a Zulu prince. Well, it was really great having you guys with African Life. We really, really appreciate the time that you've given us. So from African Life side, we'd like to say thank you. And I'm looking forward to actually going back to South Africa because I'm here just for the tours in Europe. And I'd like to share this interview with our fan base in South Africa and look forward to actually perhaps seeing you guys that side, because this might actually bring some connections through.
Yes, and finally, before we say adios, I would like us to hear something really inspirational from this special group, Mellow Mode. This is going to be not a freestyle, but the most expensive style, right here.
Okay, you pressure me. Lauren Firich, the land of the sun, build a house in Jamaica. Yeah, you know, African Life, I fit touchdown, I build a house in Jamaica. This is Mellow out of Italy, hopefully soon reach Africa. Boom.